the sexual abuse had started when I was about 14, and it was with a good. We had a really good relationship, and so I felt like very, very betrayed through it. I felt we had such a good he was my best friend, and all of a sudden I felt, again, responsibility that I was the one that, if I wouldn't have been such a good friend to him, this would have not happened. Thought that I was gonna, I don't know, once I get married to him, everything, we can get out of this crappy situation and
live happily ever
after. Even though, even in our dating years, it didn't go great either. I mean, all I knew how to respond to any kind of situations was physically and loud and snappy.
You always have an expectation that when you're going to get married, then it's going to be different, it's going to be happily ever after, and you never think about how those past activities are going to affect your future life together, because you always just think, I'm going to do better. I would say something just jokingly, and all of a sudden she would major react to it, and then I'd react to it, just all next thing you know, over something little just turns into this massive 4-day fight, you know, you're like, what just happened here?
I don't know, whatever he did to tick me off that day, I just remember my comment was, I just want to kill you. And the feeling behind it was so tremendous. Like, it was a feeling of, I just want to kill you right now. And I think that feeling is actually really, it scared me so bad that I don't know. Like, this is what I seen back there, and this is what was driving behind back there in my family before, and now this thing is coming back. For me, I didn't understand what was going on at all. I couldn't even explain to it. I was just feeling so claustrophobic that, and for me to explain to him what I'm feeling, well, he's feeling like, I don't know what you're feeling, except for that he's just not good enough.
That time, that was probably one of the worst years of our entire life. I was so certain that I was going to end up losing her. I was sure we were going to lose the baby. I mean, there was days that things were so painful. She'd be curled up in a ball in so much pain because of the stress and the depression and the things in her life that just we lost so much that year as far as friendships and things, that I was for sure this was yet going to happen. And it definitely was probably one of the most hopeless start thinking about it, just tears me up. At that time, her sister started going for some help and said, hey, you really ought to come talk to this other lady. She really got, she could really help you out right now. And so she did. But she went for help, and she kept saying, "Oh, come with me." And I just, at that point in time, I wasn't quite at that breaking point yet because I didn't trust them. And she finally talked me into go into just a 2-night-a-week thing. It was just 2 nights in 1 week. She said, "Will you go to this event with me?" And I said, "Sure." And that was the first time I actually ever heard Steve and Dorcas share live anywhere on anything. And it was actually the first night that I've felt any kind of hope that things can be different and things can be better. A couple months later, we attended a Take Back Your Life conference, and there, for the first time, we began to even understand more on the spiritual side of things about why we do what we do, why we feel what we do. Not only did it change our lives, we now started noticing changes in our children's lives as well. They started responding different. They started playing nicer together and just reacting to things differently. Life is exciting.
Yes.
And I am so excited to keep living on.
Yes,
And we will live our happily ever after, right?